going on, guys? Greg here, and you are tuned into The Dot, the show where we go over all the best new music of the month, and the month is May 2019. We are headed right into the busy season of new music releases right before the summer. Before I go into everything that happened this past month, I'm gonna get you guys in the summer mood here with a band from West Virginia who's actually named after a town in West Virginia, Ona, that's O-N-A, Ona, with their song Summer Candy off their new album Full Moon Heavy Light.
It's not that you broke my stride, I didn't know I was going. 5-gallon bucket, paintbrush in my hand, I like the 7 ways to living. And turn up the range, I wanna feel strange. Piece of pie for you and me all night long. That summer, the first half hour, you were sour and salt, so sweet. Summer candy, so soft, so sweet. Summer candy. It's not that you broke my pride, I didn't know where to throw it. Pulled off the sweaters that we were covered in, gold hat and passionate pedals. And turn up the range, I wanna feel strange. Piece of pie for you and me all night long. That summer.
Perfect song for the summertime, and Ona actually just played at Milk Boy in Philadelphia Scope Birds on the 31st, and they will be heading down the East Coast through early June. Alright, May was a super packed month when it comes to new music, and the wait is over. After 6 years, Vampire Weekend finally releases a new album in Father of the Bride, which went #1 on US album charts for their 3rd album in a row. And after this album, Vampire Weekend also became the first act with 3 #1 albums and no Hot 100 hits. Now that is how you do indie music, ladies and gentlemen. And again, this was their first new album since 2013. Great album as we head into the summertime. So congratulations to Ezra and the band for putting together another masterpiece we all can enjoy. And I want to use this to give credit to another artist who had a huge month, and that is Steve Lacy, who was featured on 2 songs off Vampire Weekend's new album, arguably 2 of the best songs off Vampire Weekend's new album in Sunflower and Flower Moon. And Vampire Weekend's album came out in the beginning of the month. At the very end of the month, Steve Lacy released his solo album, Apollo 21. And Steve Lacy is the guitarist and bassist of The Internet, and he's well known in the music scene. He's produced for people like Solange and J. Cole, and it was such a groovy album. The Fader wrote an article that said the future of sex sounds like Steve Lacy's new tracks, and if that is anywhere near true, I am so game. Congratulations to Steve Lacy for a huge month. Tyler, the Creator, finally releases Igor, which topped Billboard 200 albums list, and this is actually the first #1 album for Tyler, the Creator. It came in at a better start than Flower Boy did back in 2017, and I think the big takeaway a lot of people took from Tyler's new album is why hasn't he been producing his whole albums this entire time, because it was phenomenal. All the production on the back end and everything else came together perfectly, so really, really good album from Tyler, the Creator. Alright, Mac DeMarco comes out with Here Comes the Cowboy, which is his 4th studio album. Very minimalistic, very relaxed, as is Mac DeMarco. It was kind of relaxed to a fault, some would argue, but Mac, I still love you, bro. Keep doing your thing. I'm looking forward to your next album. Flying Lotus releases his 6th studio album, which is actually his first album since 2014, and the features on this thing are incredible. He's got Anderson .Paak, Little Dragon, Denzel Curry, Thundercat, Solange, Tori Moi, just to name a few. Beast Coast releases Escape from New York, and for those of you not familiar with Beast Coast, that's a combination of Joey Badass's Pro Era crew, Flatbush Zombies, and the Underachievers, and they've really been teasing this for a number of years now. I believe this goes back to like 2013 when they started telling people in the public about this album, and they will be touring this summer, so great album. I'm sure that's going to be an insane show, so try to check them out if they come around your area. Alright, so jam-packed month of May. I'm just going to try to run through all the other things that happened this month. YG releases For Real, DJ Khaled releases Father of Assad, Currency comes out with an album with Status Selecta, Interpol actually released a new EP, new music from Head in the Heart, Judah the Lion, Alex Lahey, Fahey, Middle Kids, Black Mountain. Flaming Lips released a few new songs. Rainbow Kitten Surprise released Mary B-Sides, which were both pretty good songs. Could have probably made any of their albums. Big Nothing releases their new album, Chris. Injury Reserve releases their self-titled 4th album, which was arguably one of their best albums to date. Machine Drum and Jimmy Edgar come together to release an album under the name Jets, and my man More releases his EP that goes by the name of Someplace Else. Alright guys, again, that's some of the music you might have heard this month, but this show is to go over the music you guys might have missed, and we're gonna get right back into the action with a 6-piece English band that goes by the name Alaska, and they just released a new album called The Dots, and it's only right for me to play a song off The Dots on The Dot. This is Alaska's new song called Meat Eater.
Put me in this box like you always do. Lock it up, stuck between the lines, and the lines get finer. Make me into something that can be understood and play pretend good, just like you should. And you're shuffling your feet for a beat you can't eat, just to taste it. I remember that you never liked me, then now you're wasted, suddenly vacant, apparently, and going nowhere, stopping for nothing. You'll never be. Ooh, how do you deserve the truth? Define taste like we find a being. Cruise on this flag and it's light and it's feeling good. So how did you find a being? Well, you put me in this box like always. Throw the key, eyes in the disguise, and the guys get blurry.
It only happens once a month, so you must be on the dot.
I know you want to say this can be yours, but you know you can't.
Nobody wanna fall in love.
And I know you like to say this could be yours, but you play games. I can be your bread and butter, sugar daddy, undercover secret Santa, hidden lover. Long as we don't love each other, I'm a fan of non-commitment. Last relationship had me feeling like a jail sentence, stuck on lunatic. Got me praying to the man above. Where's the crucifix? Lost my confidence. Spinal cord on floppy disk, so I had to dip out quick. Grab my keys, hop in my whip. I took off like rocket ship and crash landed between your hips.
You my temporary vacation, my mistress. You my nicotine habit, my addiction. It's that winter time, cuffing season, handcuffs, lips in season. Don't nobody wanna fall.
I know you like to say this could be yours, but you play games.
Alaska with Meat Eater into the beauty that happens when Duckworth puts out a new EP and collaborates on a song with Terrence Martin, Kiana Lede, and Medicine. And that song, Nobody Falls. And you could hear the smooth sounds that came off of that collection that Duckworth put out this month. And Lake Schatz, who writes for Consequence of Sound, funny name by the way, said in his review of Falling Man from Duckworth that this was such a proper follow-up to Duckworth's debut album, I'm Ugly, and the follow-up, An Extra Ugly mixtape, and I couldn't agree with that more. Duckworth was actually featured on the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse soundtrack, so big year for him so far. I think big things are coming for Duckworth. He's on his way to become a household name. Let's go from smooth hip-hop to New York City's most beloved blues bastards. That is ripped right off their bio from their website that goes by the name of Daddy Longlegs, who put out their album Low Down Ways on May 10th, which was such a good album to listen to. A lot of fun, especially if you're into the blues, and this is a new song off that album called Morning, Noon, and Night.
I love it in the morning. I love it in the evening. I love it in the daytime, nighttime, any other time is the right time for it. women's in the high place. Got women's in the Bluegill. Got women's on the east side, the west side, and any old side is the best side. Gonna do tonight. Gonna do tonight. Gonna do tonight. Well, I'm gonna do tonight. I like it on a Monday. I need it on a Tuesday. I love it on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Gonna do tonight. Gonna do tonight. Got women's in the high place. Got women's in the Bluegill. Got women's on the east side, the west side, and any old side is the best side. Gonna do tonight. Gonna do tonight. Gonna do tonight.
Morning, Noon, and Night from Daddy Longlegs. And this next artist put out an album right before Memorial Day weekend, and I swear I wasn't mentally prepared for summer until I listened to this album, and that was Santi, who put out his album Mandy and the Jungle. And Toby Oki, who writes for Complex UK, put out an article that said Santi is leading the charge within the experimental and collaborative wing of Nigeria's new wave. How cool is that statement? And then Celine Angabalechi, who writes for Griot Mag, which is an alternative magazine based in Rome and Italy, wrote an article that was headlined Meet Nigerians' Coolest Kids, Santi and the Alternative Scene. So I don't know how to intro him any better. The last thing I will say is on the YouTube video for this song we're about to play, the top comment is from someone named Adam Garba, shout out to you, who said, I can't tell if this is the fastest slow song I've ever heard or the slowest fast song I've ever heard. This is Santi with his new song, Sparky.
Feeling I wanna that get sparky. Antigua with the darky. My goons got back that get sparky. Antigua with the RP. No sip that cup by that parsley. Antigua with the RP. My goons got back that get sparky. Looking a hula hoop. But I feel like coming when you fuck me like a hula hoop. Never seen a bullet move. Says a pocket rider. She a fuck around, I never hit it, now she bulletproof. Fire do not cooler move. Yeah, Roxy and I fit to come my phone and on my cellular. Katiana says she need me every day. I fit tired. June so cool, now we smoking all the ups in the yard. Now we smoking in the yard, now we smoking in the yard. I wrote trees in the garden, she want beef. I'm starving, on tease. Like Marvin, don't breathe. I'm a liar. I'm a liar.
It only happens once a month, so you must be on the dot.
Go, I made a grave mistake. True love miscalculated. My nightmare turns to day. I can still feel you in my space. How could you? I want to go. Where did we
go? I love you. I love you. Where did we go? I love you. I love you.
keep it all tight in the middle of the night? Think I'm doing this right. It wasn't my fault. I called out.
I got enough. I get so sick of you calling my bluff. Know that you want, what if you want? How about you sit back, let it play out?
Go.
Where did we play out? Where did we? How about you sit back, let it play out? Where did we? How about you sit back, let it play out? Where did we?
I called out.
Santi with Sparky into Where Did We Go, I Love You from Simmel. And Simmel actually released that song on an EP at the end of last year. It was one of my favorite songs that came out last year. But then he just released his self-titled debut album this month with this song on it. So it gave me the green light to play this song for you guys. What an interesting sound he has with that. It's not his typical sound when you listen to the album. He's more acoustic, soft, and actually very sad, but he's very talented. But this song really stuck out on the album. All right, I tried to stay away from doing this, but this artist kind of left me no choice this month. This is going to be the first time I play an artist back-to-back months on the dot, and it's going to be Bank, who played us out last month with his song Water, released his album Someone's 2 this past month in May, and he had a song on there called Go With You, which was just such a perfectly constructed electronic pop song. It was smooth, it wasn't over the top corny, it was listener friendly. It's just everything that you need to make up a great modern day pop song. And I'm worried that this is going to be one of those perfect songs for the radio that goes under the radar and becomes forgotten, because this song is so much better than some of the stuff that is played repeatedly on top 40 stations right now. Let's check it out. This is Bank with his new song Go With You.
New life started in your bedroom on those blue nights, swimming in the shallows of those blue eyes. Knew that I was yours before the sunrise. Faster, never thought I'd be the one who died first. Feet can't touch the bottom and the tide's worse. Falling for you, baby, it's a nice hurt. Don't save me now, don't save me now. Cold hands, desperate for the places they don't know yet.
It is now time for the artist of the month for the month of May 2019, and this band was deemed by Triple J as one of Perth's best electronic trios. They go by the name of Crooked Colors and released their sophomore album this past month called Langata. Crooked Colors is our artist of the month, and we're gonna listen to their 2 songs off their new album, Do It Like You and I'll Be There.
I never knew nobody that could change me, make me new. I never knew nobody that could break me like you do. I never knew nobody to rename me, displace me. Oh no, I never knew nobody that could shame me, erase me like you do. I never thought something more awaits me. I never knew that someday love will take me. I never knew nobody could do it like you. I never knew nobody could do it like you. I never knew nobody could do it like you. I never knew nobody could do it like you, like you, like you. I never knew nobody could take it, not break it. I never knew somebody could shake it for you. I'm caught in your fire.
Colors is currently touring Australia and will be back over in the States for Bonnaroo Music Festival in June. And we started with the band playing in Philly and ended with a band from Australia. How's that for a trip around the world? Guys, thank you so much for tuning into The Dot. We went through a lot of music today. We listened to Ona, Alaska, Duckworth, Daddy Longlegs, Santi, Simmel, Bank, and Crooked Colors. And we're going to be played out by an electronic French duo that goes by the name of Beticle with their song Running featuring Taylor. And we're getting ready to head into June, which is typically the most packed month with new music. So I'm excited to share everything I listen to with you. You can follow us at First State Studios on Apple Music and Spotify as we go through the best music of June 2019. That's what the playlist will be labeled. And make sure to follow these bands on Bands in Town. Go to their websites, buy their merch, keep them in business making good music, and never forget that it only happens once a month, so you must be on the dot.
I know why you're running, I know why you leave, but knowing does nothing for me. I know why you're running, I know why you're running.